Is there like a stream or something
Yeah.
happening?
Oh,
Oh,
I believe
hey.
that's happening right now.
Hey, everybody. Everything's happening right now. We are here in, where are we?
Ann Arbor, Michigan?
Ann Arbor, in the shop in Valhalla, in the middle of the shop. And we've got some pretty cool stuff today, actually. Stock drop was really interesting.
A little light today, but I think that's fair.
Light for
with
Friday,
how many
but
prototypes we have going
because
through.
we've been pushing screens real hard, real hard lately. We get some really cool, like Fury came out, and we've got sconces. Get some sconces. Grab some sconces. Bring them over. So, we found a lighting solution for the GM screen called the sconce, and it is a hand-turned piece of wood with a light that lasts for 3 to 6 hours and is rechargeable, and it clicks to the screen. Mike's got one. Here we go. Give me them sconces. So, check this out. Got this boy, thank you. And he recharges, so you plug this in, USB. We got this separate thing, but the sweet part is, it goes into this hand-turned sconce. You're gonna have to pivot. Actually, I can pick it up and show you. And we have a screen panel, and we have 3 levels of light. And the cool part is, this guy's flexy, so you can bend him, you can move it around, you can take this, put it wherever you want on your screen. We've been prototyping ideas for lights on the screen for ages. And
I've had that for a month.
Yeah, and we couldn't find the right solution. And we looked at stuff that would like fit in the slot, and I'm like, that's janky, it doesn't feel right, but I really like this. And we managed to source this thing that is actually, the light is really good, all things considered. Even if you put it on low, you know, the guys play in here, I think there's a game tonight, but they play in here, and it's generally pretty dark, but if you turn this thing up, like, good to go. So,
My eyes are jacked too now.
your eyes
As
are
I get older?
because you're old? You can't
Yeah.
see anything?
As I get older, I can't see a
You should,
goddamn
like-
thing. I can't even see that right
Like
now.
Pan's Labyrinth, except with sconces. Anyway, so there's some sconces. These are really cool. I'm really psyched for these. AJ turned these by hand, so they're all turned on a lathe, which is cool. Props to AJ. He's a beast. All right, so let's get into it. You gonna come sit down here and do some work, or just
No, I'm good.
you're just gonna stay there and let
Yeah,
me do
it's
it?
good. I like this. Actually, it's fun.
All right,
It's fun
so
watching you flail.
what do we have today? What is this? What wood is this? Is this Bengay or
It's Mexican rosewood.
Mexican rosewood? Ooh, it's really interesting.
It is. Heavy as fuck.
It's very heavy.
Can we swear on this?
It's after the first minute, so yes.
After the first minute, we can swear. This is actually surprisingly
Dense.
dense. You know, we started offering a lot of very natural woods when we first started making these, and then pivoted to sculpture and engraving. And you guys know we're doing like mosaic style stuff on everything now, but it's always very refreshing to go back to like old school and just display the beauty of the wood. And this is a really unusual, we usually don't get this species of wood, but I think we got a batch from our supplier, so we're like, hell yeah, let's make something a little more traditional. Like, you know, it doesn't look like a cabinet or anything, or like the panels in the kitchen, but the beauty is still there, and it looks like something that belongs on a gaming table. So, we're a little light today, but we got some really cool stuff. I really like this boy here. These guys are doing a great job. So we are selectively staining these new engravings. This is Alyssa's art, right?
Mm-hmm.
So art from Alyssa Menold, which is one of our favorite people in the world. So we're doing we're trying to make every piece of stock unique.
Doesn't always
So
work.
it doesn't always work, and a lot of it is trial and error, and it's that idea of blending like consistency and creativity is always a challenge. It is in art, when you merge creativity with anything, it's always a kind of hard to do. But I really love what these guys are kicking out lately.
Yeah.
We've got the old dirty old green lich. Love it. Love it. I like the simplicity of these guys. The cleanliness, like the maple and the contrast of those guys, the BBEGs in the center.
We actually just had a question from the chat.
No
How long
questions.
does it usually take? Okay, never mind.
Yeah. To do, so
How long does it take to do what?
like a mosaic screen, like one of the infinity screens, is about 10 hours.
Yeah. Of just finish work.
Of just hand applied stain work. So it's brushes, and it's really labor intensive. And that's kind of what we try to sponsor, is the ability to like let the finishing team do what they want. You know, let them choose the colors, let them pick the palette. And you know, obviously we have to balance it because we have to sell stuff. We're running a business. We have to like make things that people want.
It would be pretty bad if we didn't sell things.
If we didn't sell anything, we
that
probably
would limit creativity pretty quickly.
we certainly wouldn't be live streaming.
We wouldn't be live streaming. That's fair.
But yeah, so they're kicking out stuff like, and this is like not even directed. It's just kind of like, so we're taking some of the product that we developed a while ago, and it's just like, we got the nice interior pattern that we've been doing. We started doing mechanical pencils, just this year. So we're kicking out mechanical pencils. We got some cool dice, and we just combine it with this. But the thing that got me, I'm like, this came in, and then I turned it over, I'm like, holy shit. It's like complementary on the other side. So, you know, take all these out.
Complimentary. So
And we got
watching Art of the Shop.
this sweet complimentary.
Clearly was Art of the Shop episode 1.
Out of the shop? What is that? Art of the shop. So that's cool. I really like the stuff where we get to dial it in. So, you know, you can mass produce stuff. We could make the same thing all day. But frankly, I think that's boring. I would much rather people do things that are unique and cool. So when you get something, you know, it's like hand touched. It's not coming off a factory line. You know, it's actually interesting, and it was interesting. And there's humans that do it, which is pretty sweet. I really like this one, actually. This is a little, I tend to be a flamboyant human.
You don't say.
You don't say. I really like this. That's cool as shit. And just like the little touches, like they're just gonna bevel the edge.
Look at that
sort of
curl on the side of that,
understated.
too.
Yeah,
What kind of wood is that?
That's maple.
that is maple.
Really?
Yep.
Madison, you're supposed to know this.
Sorry.
It's a maple within the
All right, vote if we should fire Madison.
I-
Oh, there's a skelly boy in here too. There's a skelly boy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. It's understated. Just like, kind of like I don't know. I like understated stuff, but I like.
I can tell
flamboyant
by how
stuff.
you dress.
Yeah, I'm clearly an understated human, but I don't know. I like everything, really. You know, I like this idea that you can. I look at our in-stock, but all my job is like make this stuff cool. And I look at the in-stock page, and I'm like, oh, that's really understated. I love it, and that's really flamboyant, and I love it. But I love everything. All right, I got one last piece. How are we doing for time? We're gonna go do a meeting next door. How are we doing for time?
We're good.
I don't have my phone.
We're
so-
good. We got some time. So
What are some of the comments?
Someone just said that maple was some of the prettiest they've seen.
Yeah.
it's a nice piece of maple.
That's pretty standard for us, actually.
We've been getting really nicely curly maple.
Yep. We
recently.
did a period where curly maple is hard to get, but now we're exclusively curly maple again. So everything coming through stock is curly maple. You can get it pretty readily, and yeah, that's pretty standard. I know it looks really amazing, but it's actually pretty standard for what we're pushing through in stock.
And when you see it every day,
Yeah.
you kind of get used to seeing it. But
You do.
We have 2,000 board feet over there that look like
Yeah,
that.
just
I'm
like that.
Damn. And you know, there have been import shortages in terms of like exotic lumber has been tough to get the last couple of years, which is easing up now, which is really nice. We're able to get red heart and purple heart and the stuff that we usually stock. But really, when you go back to like the classics, I'm like, it's pretty nice, man.
There's a weird turn when you're like a woodworker, because I think you get,
There is.
when we first started, we were really excited. We'd see Bubinga or Katok or Wenge, and we'd be like, holy shit, this stuff's amazing.
Yeah.
But then as you start to work with it and you find how problematic some of it is, or how the color changes over time, you kind of go back to the basics. Like a lot of our shop people right now, they're like, walnut's killer.
Oh, boy.
I love red heart. Red heart's buttery soft like walnut. It keeps that color a little bit, and it's killer.
And there's that perspective, like the woodworking perspective, like working with Purple Heart or Jatoba, those are really tough woods to work. And you're talking like they're 4 to 5 times as dense
Right.
as like a walnut or,
Yep.
or an
You're
ash
getting
or-
closer to metal than you are
It's
to
a-
wood.
It is unbelievable.
Yep.
And like when you put it through like a planer, you have to be really conservative.
Mhm.
When you like run it across the saw, you have to be really conservative. And it's those other woods allow you. Personally, I feel like walnut is very. It's a good flow. When you're building something, the wood like complements the flow of working.
Are you on me right now?
Where with,
I'm on both of you.
where with like a denser wood, it changed. Like Purple Heart, you have to like. You feel like you're doing a different sort of woodworking.
Right.
You feel like you have to go slow because it'll burn, and there's a bunch of considerations.
It's dense. The power consumed in that wood is very
It's unbelievable.
strong.
It's
It's
unbelievable.
insane. Warping sucks. Warping's a thing.
It does.
Um,
And even this stuff, like these panels are twice as heavy as our typical panels. It's gorgeous. Like the grain here is fucking really striking. They did a really good job. This is a glue up. It's a 3-panel glue up, but they did such a good job you can like barely see the glue lines, right? And so anyone with experience is gonna put these together in a way that the grain matches or it's close. And when you're looking at it like with the naked eye, like, you would never be able to tell. All right, here we go. So I got one more thing. So you guys have seen these rustic tiles?
Hunks of wood?
Hunks of wood. So
Don't say hunks.
don't say hunks.
No.
So as a woodworker,
Chunks.
Are they himbos of wood?
Himbos, yes. I learned what that means.
wonder what himbo means.
I know.
I learned last week.
So I came in on the weekend, which I am prone to
Himbo's
do.
a male bimbo.
Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome.
And I would like we go through a lot of timber. We go through a ton of lumber, exotic lumber, domestic lumber, and I'm like, I found a couple pieces of this in the cast-off pile, like in the trash. So we have kind of standards where if it doesn't meet this dimension, it doesn't work with product. So we have to throw it away, right? And that's really contrary to my soul as a woodworker. So I went through it. I'm like, well, what can we do with these? Because they're really cool. But we can't work that with product. But I'm like, all right, so let's take them, sand them, put a good finish on them, and expose the knots and find the stuff that is really weird, and make it rustic and turn it into coasters or something. So we're not throwing timber away, which is a sin. Like it hurts my soul when we have to throw like sawdust from the saws. We go through so much bags of sawdust, and then we have these cast-offs. I'm like, I love making mechanical pencils because we can use lumber that we normally wouldn't be able to use to make these. And I'm like, it's so good. It just, anyone who works with timber just is loath to throw things away. So yeah, these are kind of a byproduct of that. And just regular process, they're super rustic. You know, we could have engraved them. I'm like, you know what, just give me a cool slice of wood.
Couldn't see it.
And we're good to go. All right, how for
Would
time?
you consider adding cork to the top of that?
Cork?
Yep.
I mean, we could. I feel like then you're into like plain wood, and then we add the adornments. I mean, we'll do whatever you want. If you want really cool fucking, but the cork will cover all of the character. So if you want cork, we'll do whatever you want. But for me, I like the rough stuff. Like I like that exposed shit. We sold the really crazy. I think it was like spalted maple, similar to this. And I'm like, that stuff goes right away. There's a bunch more over there that are really cool. But so yeah, we got some of these coming through. Got a bunch of stock coming through. Fury's going right now. Screens are going, and I'm getting told it's time to go do the meeting. So let's go.
This is
Oh,
so outside of the stock that he pulled. This is some of the smaller stock that we listed today. There's some sconces over there. This is a piece that I wanted to mention. This is something that came through our shop that I put the nicks on, basically. I didn't feel it was clean enough for the level of quality that we want to put out. I won't put this on the site. If somebody wants it, first person to comment they want it gets it. And take care of that, please. Thanks. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think it's good for the DMG aesthetic. And
what's that?
it's too cloudy. There's not enough delineation between the subject matter and the line work. The enamel feels a little odd to me. I'm not crazy about the silver enamel choice.
You fought me on that too. I'm like, we're listing that.
I
Like,
did.
no,
And
we're not.
Yep, I just said no.
All
Front's
right.
good, but I'll give it away free as long as whoever gets it free says they got it free and didn't pay for it.
That's why
But
we
first
don't make
person to
any
say
money.
they want it gets it. Other than that, I don't want to sell it. It's not. Madison, do you agree?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
We should find out who
Yeah.
did it and really grill them.
Yeah.
No, let's not do that. That's mean.
But that's
It's
part
not
of
very
it.
Canadian of
And
you.
That's part of the cool thing about us listing stock and us taking pics of it. We get to make the final decision. We see the quality coming through the shop, make sure that everything works well and fits the DMG aesthetic. And this one just doesn't.
And
And that's okay. I mean, part of taking risks on an artistic
yeah.
way is failing.
You learn. You learn along the
you-
way.
Yeah, and you fail
have to make
sometimes.
mistakes. We do. We have to make mistakes.
And that's okay. So let's take this into the meeting and point it out, and then fire whoever did it.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
You guys want to vote
I'm
on who
kidding.
gets fired? I haven't gotten to fire anybody.
Did anybody
for like
comment
3
and want
years.
this yet?
Yeah.
Who got it?
They look like Ian Mitchell.
No, perfect.
Nice.
Ian, this piece of garbage is yours.
All right, let's talk about
It's
Fury.
totally effective. It absolutely works.
Oh yeah.
All right, how much time do we have?
We're fine.
4:46 now. We gotta head over soon.
Freddie Dixon has said that we are all awesome.
Thanks, Freddie.
Oh, thanks.
I assume I'm included in that.
No, you're not.
Ooh,
You're too
shouldn't
new.
assume things.
This
Too new.
This is the Fury. We shot this earlier today. I like to leave it set up to kind of let it percolate. Yeah, this is the whole shebang. You can find it on the site. I really like the synergy of everything that's going on, especially these inspiration. The inspiration coins are deadly. I love it. And we've got all the BBG trackers with Special Dragon. We got some like quick reference stuff with the dragon. All the usual bells and whistles that we do, because we've been doing accessories for like 3 years. So we keep trying to iterate on this, and it's really sweet to be able to like have so many options for a screen. We have more accessories than you could put on a standard screen.
Spin me, baby.
I'll spin you, baby. It's the Fury hand-applied stain. We're in the middle of our, what are we calling it? Summer screen sale.
Yeah, summer GM screen.
Summer
sale.
GM screen sale. We're doing the Fury. I think the screen is like $100 off. The accessory pack's $100 off. You can get all this. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm just letting you know. There's some really cool deals going on right now, and I think we're doing 20% off all screens.
Yeah, we are.
Yep. So go to the site, check it out. It's one of my favorites. I really often don't break things. I totally broke that. But here we go. So totally cool. I'm not gonna come with the screen, so I won't destroy it. I killed all the guys
All
though.
the dead minis.
But let's look at the end.
It's Cameron tested.
So all of these guys are on 4 neodymium magnets with a rod. I actually knocked that over, it didn't fall over itself. Pretty tight, you can pick this whole thing up. So magnets are a non-issue. Like I said, we've been developing this for a while. We've made roughly, I think 3,500 screens
3,500.
over the last 3 years. So our latest iteration is this bad boy, and we're pressed for time, so we gotta go do the meeting.
Let's go get me a beer. Everyone else has
Go
one.
get me a beer.
I need a new beer.
We're gonna walk through the loudness that is CNC.
We're going to the meeting. Are you coming? No, I'm just gonna sit by myself in the middle of the shop. Oh, that's usually.
Hey guys, hey, I went outside, We're live.
Howdy.
We're live on the tubes. What kind of tubes are we on, Brian?
We're just on normal YouTube.
Normal tubes? beat me over here. I like sprinting.
I walked through CNC, man.
Oh, you're drinking my.
Yeah,
drinking my
hold,
Guinness?
hold this
Seriously?
while I crack it.
All right, here we go. Brian's drinking my beers. This is unacceptable, guys.
Anne would like Ian Mitchell to email her, please. Ian Mitchell, please email Anne.
At
Where? And at? Where'd Ann go?
She's hiding from you in her office.
Okay. Tell Ian where to email you.
Ian, send me an email at info@dogmight.com and I'll need your shipping address, your email address, and your first and last name, and I'll get that sent out to you.
Cool.
blood type.
And your social security number. Don't forget to send me your social security number.
And the 3 numbers on
Oh,
the back
one
of your
more
credit
thing.
card.
Come back really quick. Ian, if you live outside of the U.S., I will also need your phone number for customs documentation. Thank you.
What is custom tree test? All right, guys, this is the first meeting we're going to live stream. So we're gonna talk all the PG stuff first for the stream, and then swear and stuff afterwards. So everybody be cool for a little while. We relaunched Unleashed this week, and we're doing kind of a media blitz. We got a ton of screen stuff going on. We've got some furniture.
That's how our
coming.
normal Friday meetings go. I'd like to point out the
Please.
difference.
All right,
What did we start with?
Do we have the mallet?
go for it.
Thanks, Phil.
We are live streaming today. There are probably 6 whole people watching this right now. So feel free. Thank you guys. Production units are at 1,300 440. That's a in-house system that we use to measure production. Daily, they're at 1,500, which is actually really solid for the first 2 weeks
What's
of
the
the month.
production unit?
It's a PU.
What's a poo-poo?
We produced 408 wooden items this month so far, which is fantastic. We're above our goal of 800, 9 days in, which is fantastic. Priority items, we wrapped card on this place.
Oh, yeah.
All right, vamp. Do. That's Cam. Seen him? That's Owen.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Kim.
There's like $5 in there.
We have 2 anniversaries. One is like a month late. Marin.
Do you want to guess?
Not
which
all our
one's
fault.
I'm gonna make a good guess, and it's
The Blue Mountain.
You get to choose.
Marin's 1 year.
Jake's
3 years. Jake's 3 years. That is 6 beers per year.
All right, right now. You got it. And you're fired. You look a day older, or whatever.
We're switching to a set and finish. We talked about this last week. It's going pretty well. Testing's pretty close to done. Should take full effect in the next couple of weeks. Any problems, Kim?
Not that I've seen.
Excellent.
Any birthday problems?
Yeah, I'm 34.
Get wrecked.
That's not a problem. That is not a problem. We have new products coming through. We're going to go over those briefly. Cameron, if you wouldn't mind handling that. The first one is the mini painting system.
Mini painting system. So, this kind of just came to us one day. I don't know what we were talking about.
Painting minis.
Painting minis, probably. And we kind of put these together on a whim. And AJ and Jeremiah are mini painters. I am not.
Mini painting's awesome.
I am a woodworker kind of guy, more of a capitalist really than anything. But this is kind of the system, and we were thinking of going modular. If you're here watching us, you probably know about the debacle that was Coco's. So fortunately, through all of the years of us fulfilling thousands and thousands of Coco's, we've gotten really good at making small CNC tiles. So I think this is right up our alley. We have a ton of mini painters in-house. So cool part about this is we have the modular system that's angular. Jeremiah came up with a reverse magnet idea, so it can be straight, it can be curved. We added some other more concise corners. Basically, the idea being that you can create your ideal setup for your table space. So if your table is long, it works. If your table's deep, it works. If you want the whole shebang, it works. You want 1 rack, you want 2 racks, whatever you need. And we're throwing in the mini painters will be available. We're redesigning these a little bit. So kind of we're looking at this in terms of it being in like a full system, you know, so you can take your space and really bring it up and really kind of like, you know, you guys spend hours and hours painting, and paints are expensive, and I get it, but your space needs to be nice.
Oh yeah, it's a passion, and you
It
spend
is.
a lot of money on passion.
It is, and like a nice space and keeping it clean will make you paint better, I think, because I don't
Oh,
paint
yeah.
it. That's how I feel about my deck.
I can't wait to get to myself personally.
Right. So we're gonna do the shelving, which basically is channels. We have, I think, a dozen different tile types. We're gonna hopefully get mag lights in there. You know, all of the little stuff for bits and bobs, signature tiles. We've got like a cork space. We've got, you know, space for brushes, a water dish. So if anyone has any suggestions on a live stream about what they want to see, we're still developing some tiles. We've got the foam tile that just came out today, which is fucking, that's pretty dope.
Let's talk a little bit about the production side of it
Like
too.
that one?
It's all pretty basic. The magnet orientation jig is already out there. The master is already set. It's basically plus minus minus plus, right to left. That's trade secret. Pretty easy to follow through, but that enables you to turn it either straight line or curve.
Right, so these guys, the opposites are the same,
Right.
right? So these are plus, these are minus.
The
So you
opposite
can-
of those.
You can
Diagonally.
oppositely slip them.
The only thing we're concerned with right now is the CNC cut into the base with the shelf, and we want to make sure that's recessed enough but not too much to make a good fit. Let's watch that as some of the prototypes come through the shop, basically. I think it's going to be fine. I think we don't need to go that shallow. We're going to glue it. It's going to be stable. There's not a lot of pressure against that shelf. All it has to do is stand straight up, basically.
The ball nose bits that we're using on this particular product have a very slight taper. So when you have like a 3/8 piece like that and it's going into a channel that's milled, there's a very, very slight taper. So basically, even if we're off by a 64th,
Yeah, I think
it
it's
will
fine.
still sit in that and
Right.
like very firmly. So I'm really excited for this.
The mill cuts have to be pretty tight on the shelving units, but I think that's well within our capabilities.
Yeah, and it's all dry fit, and it'll go through finishing and spraying, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna take this one to Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be one of the first original Kickstarters we've done in a long time, because we don't really like Kickstarter that
Right.
much.
Yep.
But we like the Kickstarter business.
Yeah, I like the marketing arm,
Right.
but other than that, no. More importantly is the Quartermaster. You guys have seen these coming through. Let's make these priority going through the shop, go through finishing, satin finish on all of them, because it feels better with furniture. I don't think people want high gloss furniture.
This one, it's supposed to have a hinge. These are prototypes. These are the very first ones that are coming through the shop. We generally, historically, don't work with a lot of like really nicely exposed timber like this, and I think the exotic woods are going to shine. I think this Bengay is
That Bengay's
gorgeous.
sapwood
It
on
is,
top.
that is so hot. There's not even a topper on it, but like, oof.
All
This
the
is-
jigs are set.
This
in
is optional.
processing.
You know, we wanted to do the logo and put it in it, but obviously it's optional. Some people may want it, some people may not. So that's totally a free and optional thing. So don't feel like they're all coming with our logo, because you know I get it. We're cool and all, but you know you don't want
Who wants their logo all over?
you don't want like a dogmight tattoo on your furniture.
Who
So
fucking wants to see dogmight shit at their
So Bengay, we got more traditional walnut. I think the first one that came through was espresso maple. And the interior, I'm not going to show the interior because it's not ready yet. But the interior is going to have magnetic stackable pieces to put all your RPG gear in. I'll show you like It's full of hardware right now. And we're going to do like some engravings and cool stuff on the top. And obviously there's tons of storage room. So these are kind of in R&D. Hopefully we'll get them out maybe later this month.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we're gonna do it right, and we're taking it slow. We're not gonna bite off more than we can chew, hopefully. So yeah, these are coming. They are coming.
Good. Anybody have any concerns about that? Going through the shop, processes, yourself.
Oh yeah, they're totally. This is gonna come out of the box, ready to go. You don't need hardware. You don't need anything. It's gonna go in a box, and you pick it up and you use it. And flat pack is cool and all, but I'm like, man, if you're gonna buy something really nice, I don't think you should have to work to put it together. Just take it out, because you can get that shit at IKEA if you want like slats and put all that together. But something like this, I think you take it out and it's ready to go. So
Good.
that's coming.
Anybody have any thoughts about that? Cam, you feel good finishing that? Cool. Manufacturing issues, ear and eye protection are necessary on the floor at all times. Say that every week. Anybody have anything else to add?
Best crew we ever had.
Best crew we ever had. Yeah. Anybody else?
Maker Day tomorrow.
Make a day. What's that mean?
Maker Day is, I have to explain it to the world or?
No, just to me.
else? Just to you? It's when you don't come in and we do. And we get to work on some of our personal projects. And
What time?
10.
Just at 10. Only at
Just at 10. If you're here at 10:01, I'm live. No, 10 till like 3.
Yeah, probably
When
something
you're
like
gonna stick around at least. I'll be here at 10. If anybody wants to be here earlier, you can, but.
You're doing a lot lately. We've had Maker Days like twice a month lately.
Yeah, good for enjoying.
Right.
Good.
Sweet. Any
Bring
games
a paint.
tonight?
We're doing mini painting too.
We're doing mini painting tomorrow too.
What was that?
We're doing mini painting tomorrow too, if anybody wants to do mini painting for Maker Day.
Great.
And test out the system.
Yeah, we can test this.
Cool. And do we have a game tonight? Or is that next week?
I'm
Next
running a
week.
game next week. But
Next week? Sweet.
Owen, were you doing a game tonight?
No.
No.
Yeah, I haven't.
No games tonight. Alright, cool.
Anybody else
We're
have anything
busy.
to add on the manufacturing side? Kim?
Thank you to Matt for finishing the not a table accessories.
Not a table accessory. Great work, Matt. You're my personal hero.
That's my hero too.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's really solid.
The clap.
Anybody else? Good. Team of the week.
Team of the week. Let's go.
Travis and Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
There's a reason I started sitting over here.
We should hide the box in the room and then just you sit down in the ceiling, in the tiles.
Yeah.
Spinner. You're fucked next week, Owen.
Everybody stop! No talking! You're done!
Is that the vote?
No.
Yeah. That's the
That's just
trick.
me yelling at everybody.
Okay.
Most emotion I've ever seen on a truck. It's kind of scary,
I've worked with
honestly.
him for almost 3 years. Insane.
Tim, for always noticing me.
You're welcome.
Will, you're the best.
Madison is the real MVP.
Timo the Himo, you made it.
Thank Travis for Travis.
That's fair.
Matt for doing sweet stains and making everyone laugh.
Brian for bringing back Unleashed.
Thanks, Brian.
Yay,
Thanks,
Brian.
Brian.
Will for pointing out all my mistakes.
The new art of the shop.
Is that for a person?
You mean Conus drinking scotch? I don't
I think that's a vote for me.
That was all fake.
Yeah. It was tea.
Travis for everything you do here.
Jake. Hey.
Hey.
Jake for voting and helping me stuff the ballot box.
Cam for being best.
You be best, Cam.
Cam for this stick. What is this word?
Stickers.
That says stickers? Okay. Stickers then. I can't read cursive.
Cameron for the greatest mini pater Coco explanation I've ever heard.
Does that happen right now?
Motherfucker, take my beer.
There it is.
Jeremiah for always being so considerate.
Cam for great work ethic. Good is crossed out.
That's good. He's evolved. Better.
Upgrade. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that one aside.
Marin for amazing art.
Matt, slow your roll.
Number 1 office manager.
That's him.
Okay.
That's me. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Kim.
Merlingatron 3000.
Timbo.
AJ, because you're not actually an angry Jeep. Right?
Sure.
Madison, you're cool.
AJ for doing this week?
I did, yeah.
3 question marks.
Travis.
I made 6 questions.
Another joke.
Is that it?
Oh, I get it.
Angry jokes?
No, another joke.
Did you know that the pill bugs from A Bug's Life are Hungarian? But like just those fictional character pill bugs, not all of them. Thanks. Astronomically jazzy for having us figure that out.
Astronomically jazzy?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought all
A
I thought they
stretch.
were like Hungarian pilgo. I thought that was like a type of bug, but it's not.
Owen
Just
for
those two.
Owen for always having a funny comeback.
Yeah, the ones from Hungary.
Jake, hey, Jake, psst, Jake.
What's up? Jake, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, something happened. That's great.
Has Matt officially joined the Cool Socks Club? Oh, kinda, I guess.
I don't know, but he's joined the cool shirt club.
Yeah.
It's White Friday. Those aren't, I mean, they're alright.
There's some nice socks, man.
I'm
Like
not
kind
tell you
of-
otherwise.
Is that all it takes?
not
Black
sure
socks?
what this is supposed to be.
Oh!
Is that supposed to be jorts?
I think it's an S.
All-purpose shorts?
Jorts.
Must be George.
I mean,
It's a word.
it is,
But
but
there's an H in it too.
Johorts.
Johorts.
Maybe the H's.
jorts. But there's also no line.
That's actually just yorts.
It's like a very bad. I mean, I guess people make J's like that. Maybe.
Angsty
You're
duck.
AS now.
I mean, that's my
That's a
last
stretch, yeah.
initial.
That's a stretch. I agree.
Travis, congrats on being first place in sanding or whatever.
Beats by Travis the Savage.
And listen to that album.
That's fire.
We got a tie.
Fight.
Travis and AJ.
Fight!
So now we fight?
To the chat.
Oh,
It should be Rochambeau.
That's HR
I
telling
think
us that we have to
Rochambeau is
fight?
probably-
HR sanctified death battle.
What Travis?
We roll a d20?
To the table saw.
You've been a doom.
Oh, baby do.
It'll take too long.
Let's do a d20.
Although
No.
Travis will do it by smell.
Yeah. So, Bin of Doom, eyes closed, I win. Every time.
I asked you, what was this?
Just shake.
Rochambeau. Rochambeau.
And then say what's in there.
Someone make a decision.
Cameron has a D20.
Ooh, big, wait, can we do
The
another
ones at first.
inappropriate dart competition?
No. It's not on my.
It's a floor 20.
A 20!
Wait, really?
Yep.
You got nat 20. Good luck, Travis. Fuck off.
Just roll another that 20, it's not hard.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it.
You're better at D&D than
Oh god, here we go. Oh no!
Awesome.
18.
18.
Travis does have a +3 though.
Yeah, he does get a plus 3 for being
Three for
Travis.
sanding, then he
Alright.
wins.
AJ takes it. Mystery box. You can't see it. They're fired. No, they're not allowed to look in the box.
They're not allowed to look in the box.
Mystery box is a hidden
Mystery
secret
box?
If they see it, then
But at
Brian
least show
sees
the
it.
They can't
outside
see it.
box.
That's true.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Great work this week.